Okay, hi. Hello to everyone. Today we have a special meeting with special guests from England, and today we will speak English. I hope that everyone will be able to follow. Today we have our Niccola Willis. So I'm so pleased that she could join us today and share her story, her personal story, and also her EFT stories that she writes. She has written many, and today she will share one of those stories. I see kids today. Hi, it's so nice to see you. they waving, they say like they're waving, yeah. So I'm so pleased that Niccola is here today. I have met Niccola a few years ago at EFT training, advanced EFT training, isn't it? Yeah, with Carl Dawson. It was in Brighton, UK. Yeah, so long ago.
A long time ago now.
Yeah, time flies. So Niccola is advanced EFT practitioner, matrix re-imprinting practitioner, and many others. Yeah, isn't that right? Yeah. So you know what, Niccola? Maybe it's better that you introduce yourself. So please, mic is yours. I will turn my mic off.
Thank you, Martina.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. It's really lovely to be here, and I feel like I'm almost in Croatia, although it's a bit cold in England. And yeah, so I would like to just say that it's just very special. I love sharing the stories with children, because when I trained with Carl Dawson on my EFT course, after many years of sort of searching for things to fix myself, and EFT and matrix re-imprinting has given me a really deep insights into my issues from when I was a child. And when you learn EFT, you learn that a lot of your problems that you have, whether they're pain or money problems or addictions, whatever the problem is, it probably starts right the way back when you were very young, before you were 7 or 8 years old, because your brain has not sort of developed, it's not really hardened. You're in a more hypnotic sort of sponge-like state as a child, very open to things. And so when incidents happen that are very uncomfortable or traumatic, they go very, very deep inside, and you make beliefs about the world or yourself. Anyway, so almost straight after training, I thought, well, maybe we should help the children so that they have tools, so they don't have to take so long to work out, how to be relaxed, and when issues come up, they can pass through them more quickly. And so I wrote the first story.
Is it also many numbers more?
Oh, we've all got
yeah. So please, can you repeat when you write the first story? We lost you for a few seconds.
Oh, okay. Yes, please tell me when, because of the internet. Okay. So I wrote the first story almost just a few weeks or a couple of months after training. Did you get the bit about, when you're little? I can't remember what I said now. Anyway, so I wanted to help the children, to give them a tool so that for the rest their life, they've got a tool to help them to process their emotions and their limiting beliefs. Yeah, and I did train as a Waldorf Steiner teacher, and for many years did puppetry, and I taught actually handwork at school, although I was trained to be a class teacher. I had my son, I was a single parent, and I didn't want to spend all my time at school, so, you know, my son was really important to me. But I loved the Waldorf education and the stories and the puppetry that I did, and I studied with this lovely, lovely old lady, and she told me that children, and I remember this from when I was a child, often have a toy or a secret friend that they tell everything to, that they wouldn't tell an adult, they wouldn't tell their parents. And so I felt that when I wrote the story about the little monkey and Bluey the butterfly, then Bluey the butterfly could come, and the children could tell all the problems to the little butterfly. Anyway,
beautiful.
I shall read the story. I don't know it off by heart. It has been made into an audio, but I shall read the story, and then maybe we can have the questions after that. What do you think?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Are you ready, kids?
Yes, do you think they're ready?
Great.
Are you sitting comfortably? Yes, because when I've told this to children or they listen to the audios, they like to snuggle up, and I suggest that if you have a butterfly, that you could use the butterfly to do the butterfly's dance when I read the story. If your child is a little bit unsure, then I recommend you do it on yourself first. And I have got some ideas and things that I'd like to share afterwards about other ways or important things to consider. But I think that the children are waiting for the story.
Yes, a few children, I don't see that they have a butterfly. They can imagine one on their
they can have an invisible butterfly.
Yeah.
They can have an invisible butterfly because Little Monkey had a magical butterfly that you'll hear in the story. Okay?
Great.
Yeah? I've got it up on the board here because I don't know. Off my heart. Excuse me, I've had a bit of a cough. So.
Okay.
The butterfly is coming to help my cough. Yeah. And actually, you can do a little butterfly hug just to start you off. So imagine your hands were like a butterfly, and you take some nice deep breaths. And the more relaxed you are, the more that the story will go in deeper. Okay, so Little Monkey and Bluey the butterfly. Not so very long ago, or maybe it was, there was a little monkey so cute and lovable that all his monkey tribe loved him very much. They used to play with him and have such fun. He felt so happy, safe, and cared for. Then, for some reason, one day, all this changed. Little Monkey did not even remember when. It seemed so long ago. Suddenly he realized that all his tribe were no longer there. And he was in a strange place. He was still very small, and so he was looked after by other monkeys. They were not his tribe, and sometimes they were not very nice to him, which upset him. But rather than tell them, he stored his feelings up inside, as he did not want to be left again. The only thing that had not changed, as far as he could remember, was his invisible friend, Bluey the butterfly. Now, of course, Bluey was not invisible to little Monkey. He could clearly see the shiny, gorgeous blue butterfly. He loved it when the sunbeams lit its wings, and they shimmered with all the colours of the rainbow. However, it seemed that Bluey was invisible to everyone else, which was fine by little Monkey because Bluey was magical. Little Monkey could tell Bluey all his problems, and Bluey would do a special dance to help him feel better. The dance was mostly the same every time, and yet little Monkey would find he could whisper all his upset feelings to Bluey, while the butterfly danced on him, and at the end of the dance, all his troubles seemed to have floated away. Now you can do the dance with me, okay? Bluey would land on little Monkey's head, right at the top, and flutter its wings a few times, and then down between his eyebrows, and a long one, following the bony ridge around the eye, as if dancing along a branch. Pausing at the side and under the eye, like collecting nectar from a flower, or pollen. Do you know the word nectar? Then Bluey would fly under little Monkey's nose. This usually tickled quite a bit. Then just under the mouth on the chin. That was the first part of Bluey's dance. Then Bluey would flutter down to little Monkey's chest and jump up and down. A butterfly is, of course, not very heavy. Little Monkey knew this place well, as he and the other monkeys often pounded this place with their hands. Oh, well, that's Tarzan, isn't it? Sometimes Bluey would even go under little Monkey's arm to the place monkeys like to scratch. That was only if little Monkey was feeling extra bad that day, and sometimes that tickled a lot. Bluey, the butterfly, would then flutter onto the inside of little Monkey's wrist, and while jumping and fluttering from thumb tip to fingertip, not missing any, and down the side of his hand, Bluey would ask if little Monkey was feeling any better yet, or if there was anything else that was bothering him. And if there was, well, Bluey would do the dance all over again. And again. And again, if needed, until little Monkey felt much better. Sometimes he felt so good, he would imagine he was back with his own tribe, playing all the games he used to play with his friends, and feeling so loved and so safe. Bluey would whisper and weave magic colours around him. It felt like his own special cocoon. Little Monkey would notice then that the happy feeling would be in all of him. He could feel it in his head and his heart and in all of his body, sometimes like a tingling, sometimes like shimmering sparkles, and they would grow bigger and bigger, sending his happiness out to the trees and the hills and the sky, to the whole world, and even to the stars. The end. Thank you, butterfly.
Beautiful story. Beautiful, beautiful story. So kids, let me see you. Do you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like smiling and yeah, it's beautiful, so simple, so beautiful. Thank you so much, Niccola. So maybe we have children here. Maybe we can do one round of dance for some kind of their issues. Maybe they have some kind of feeling now.
Yes, that would be really nice. So they could either write in or write in what sort of problems they're having at the moment, and maybe tell me how old they are.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
and we can,
please, parents, kids. So good story. There is one lady, she said it's a beautiful story. So please, parents, ask your kids, is there anything now that your kids are feeling? Or kids, I invite you to write it down. Is there anything you're coping with? No. Okay, maybe not today, maybe yesterday you had something.
And are they able to see their friends? What's happening?
We have a very good situation here in Croatia because everything around the situation with COVID, it's over. Like we are free and we are out, schools are open and everything. So we don't have anything around it anymore. So okay, kids, is there anything around school? Maybe your parents?
Parents don't tell. Tell the butterfly.
You don't have to say anything, okay? It will be between you and your butterfly. So you don't have to tell us. Okay, there is someone. Okay.
Can we send somebody to sleep? Can we send somebody to sleep? The story is a really good, to read and do a little bit of tapping before you go to bed, because it can really relax if you have trouble going to sleep, or you have, you're scared of the dark, or have any kind of bad dreams. It can really relax and help you go to sleep more.
Yeah, we actually, Niccola, we have something. There is a girl, Mila, and she lost a book. And so, okay, Mila, are you sad because of it? And please, I would like to ask Nina to turn off her microphone, please, Nina. Okay, thank you. Okay, Niccola, you can lead us. Okay, she's sad. It's fine.
I want to know, how is she this side or this side?
Okay, how old is Mila?
How old is she?
We are waiting.
Because she can do either one. Oh, she's 10.
She's 10.
So she can tell us out of 1 to 10 how sad she is. If 10 was the most sad.
It's 9.
Yes. Okay. So, and where is she feeling that sadness in her body? Can she say where she's feeling that?
Okay, Mila, can you say where is this sadness? Chest, in her chest.
Okay. So has she got a butterfly or an invisible butterfly? But for children, we don't have to necessarily do the setup because they're tuned in. They're tuned in. Yeah. So we can just do, even though I'm feeling sad.
Okay, we will all tap.
Yeah, all tap together. But Mila, is her name Mila?
Yes, it's Mila.
Mila. So all this sadness in my chest.
All this sadness.
All this sadness in my chest. I feel really sad. And my chest feels sad. I feel it in my chest. It might be a color, it might be a shape, but just go through the points. Should I call out where we're going? But they can see, can't they? They can see where we're going. All this sadness. All this sadness. I like to go in the shape of a butterfly around my chest. All this sadness. All this sadness. I don't want to feel this sadness. I'm unhappy. She lost a book. What? No? Yeah, it must have been a special book. All this sadness. All this sadness underneath the arm. All this sadness. All this sadness. All this sadness in my chest. All this sadness in my chest. I feel really sad. But maybe the butterfly, maybe the tapping, maybe all my friends can help me feel a little bit less sad. I don't want to feel so sad, even though I lost it. Sometimes you do lose things. It doesn't feel good to lose things, especially if you really, really love them. All this sadness, let's do all this sadness. Maybe I'm cross with myself for losing it. But all this sadness that might have been there before, I might have lost something before, and it reminds me of that feeling sad in my chest. And the more I can do the butterflies dance, just soothe me, and maybe bring a nice colour in. Could think of a colour, like a nice bright colour, like white or blue or rainbow colours or colours of a bubble, whatever colour that you want to choose. And you can bring that colour in and bring it into your chest. Imagine like it's coming down like a sort of a shower of that colour into you, soothing all that sadness, so the tears can just wash out and go into the ground and into the rivers and into the sea and be washed away. And I want you to just, you can have an invisible butterfly and just do the invisible, not invisible, but the butterfly hug. And imagine you've got a really big butterfly with your two hands, and you just gently tap on your chest. And imagine that colour, and just do some nice breaths in and out. All that sadness. All that sadness. So we can ask Mila how, if it's still a 9 or if it's gone down a little bit.
Okay, we are waiting for Mila. Is she
Yeah.
better? Yeah, it's 6 now.
Okay, well that's still quite high. Is it still in her chest? Is it still in her chest?
Okay, we will wait.
And
yes,
yeah.
It's still.
Yes. And is there anything else she'd like to tell us about it? You know, is it still sad, or is she cross with herself, or?
Okay, we're waiting.
Does it remind her of anything? Sorry, there's lots to write in.
It's a big thing, you know. She lost the book. Yes, she's crossed. Yeah, she's angry.
She's cross with herself, I wonder. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So maybe we could do a little bit of tapping on the feeling angry with herself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So let's go to the top of the head. I'm angry and sad. I'm sad that I've lost it, but I'm angry with myself. I'm angry with myself for maybe being a bit silly, a bit stupid, losing it. I would tell myself I was stupid, sorry. silly, losing it. I'm really cross with myself. And I'm really sad because it was a special book. All this anger. I'm really cross with myself. And I don't want to be cross with myself because I'm actually a really good girl. And I don't do things intentionally. It was an accident to lose it. All these bad feelings I have about myself. I don't want these bad feelings about myself, and I don't want to feel sad because actually I am a very good girl. And maybe I'm worried what other people will think about me, my mummy or my daddy, or for losing my book. But actually it was an accident. So I don't need to be angry with myself because accidents happen. And now I'm 10 years old. I know that. I know that. And maybe I can get another book. It won't be quite the same, I know. But maybe something good's going to come out of this. Perhaps. Let's hope so. And I can start to be a little bit gentler on myself, not so hard on myself. So I don't need to be angry with myself. So I do like doing it on the chest. I got stuck there while I was all this anger. Actually, a very good point for anger is underneath the boob. So underneath the nipple, underneath the boob on the chest, that's a very good point for anger. But we can go also around the wrist and round the fingers, either with your butterfly or your invisible butterfly, and ask for all these emotions that we don't want to be washed away. With the beautiful colors, you choose some, you can be the same color or a different color, whatever comes to you, because energy moves so quickly. We don't want to get stuck on one thing. We want to change to where it goes to, especially children, because they're actually very clever. And at 10 years old, I bet Mila's very clever. But then she doesn't feel clever if she's lost her book, which I can understand. But maybe she just needs to talk to herself and say, even though you've lost this book and you're a bit angry with yourself, you're still a good girl. And accidents do happen. And that's no reason to be angry with yourself. Of course, it is sad to lose things that you love. But sometimes this happens. And as you get older, you might lose more things. So it's a good thing to learn how to lose things and not be too sad and not be too angry, and know exactly what to do when you feel like that. Okay? So let's see how Mila's feeling now, shall we? What number might she be?
Okay, we are waiting for Mila.
Yeah, it comes up, the number comes up. I can see a little bit for some reason.
It's 3.
It's 3. Well, that's a really good thing from 9 to 3.
Yeah,
so
very good.
We could keep tapping on that, but maybe we should take some more questions and Mila does some more tapping herself, because she could probably, by herself, now she knows how to do it, get that down to maybe a 2 or a 1 even. And
yeah.
she could choose to do some positive tapping, because positive tapping is really good. So you could do like, I could do it with I'm going to do it with an invisible butterfly. I'm okay. I'm actually quite brilliant, even though I don't feel it. Sometimes I feel it, but actually I'm okay just the way I am. And things are actually really good for me. You see, the thing is that we really don't know the difference between imagined and real. So the more we can imagine being happy, the more we are. And if you tap, then you sort of like do Morse code into your body and say, hello, body, let's bring the happiness there. And then also it's quite nice to do a little song. So I've got a little song for young children. Imila's 10, so she's a big girl. But I've got a little song like, this little butterfly of mine, it's gonna make me smile. This little butterfly of mine, it's gonna make me smile. This little butterfly of mine, it's gonna make me smile all the while, make me smile all the while. Even though I'm sad, boo-hoo, it's gonna make me smile. Even though I'm sad, boo-hoo, it's gonna make me smile. Even though I'm sad, boo-hoo, it's gonna make me smile all the while, make me smile. Well, it might not be all the while, but you can do, basically you can do anything you want with tapping. And tapping just helps you to relax and heal the things that you didn't think that you could heal.
This is so beautiful, Niccola. Thank you so much. I like this song so much. Thank you. So, Mila,
how's Mila doing? How's
Mila doing?
I can't see her picture. I'll have to see a picture of her.
Yeah, I don't see her either. She's great. Oh no,
okay.
that's Gordana. I'm waiting for Mila. Okay.
Okay, good. Okay. And
Mila.
Ask if anybody else.
Okay, she's great. She's great. Mila is great. Okay,
good.
kids, do you like this song? Just.
Good. I'll have to record it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank God I don't have to sing now.
Translate it into
okay.
So if there's any children that've got, if there's anything else, otherwise we can talk to the mummies and daddies about other ideas what to do, or
okay, they are thanking you. There are some comments. They are feeling better and relaxed. So thank you, Niccola. It's great. Yeah, if you have any other advice, or if you can tell us a little bit more about other stories.
Okay, so you can, if when you're introducing the stories to children, and if they're a little bit unsure, you must do the tapping on yourself first, because children learn by imitation. And so, I would highly recommend having your own butterfly or invisible butterfly, and doing the dance. And you can, if you bring it with a little bit of humor or a little bit of song, it always goes down much, much better. But I found that just listening to the audios of the story or reading the story, they ask for the butterfly to dance on them because it does relax. So definitely that. And so when they're upset, but if they've fallen or they're upset about something and you're hugging them, then you can't necessarily do the points. But what you can do is tap down their back, because down the spine,
Okay, we lost Niccola. I hope she will be back soon.
Yeah, am I back?
Okay, we lost you for a few seconds. Tell us again about the back.
About the back. So when you're hugging the child, or if it's a baby or a small child, then you just, as you're hugging them and comforting them, you can also gently, very gently, like a butterfly's wing, go down the spine, because there are acupuncture points down the spine, either side of the spine. And so you're tapping on them, and that can help to relax them. Also, like sometimes in beds they're tucked up and you can't really sort of get to the different points, but you can massage their feet because there's acupuncture points on the feet. And of course, you know, most children love their feet if they're not too ticklish, having that. So you can read the story and massage their feet. You can also do it on yourself for them. If you imagine that you are them, or that you're sending it to them, you can tap for them. Where on the, did I say where on the feet? Around the toes, anywhere really on those small feet, just but around the toes and around the nails and down the sides and anywhere really. But the toenails and the fingernails, they're like the starting and the ending of the acupuncture points. Okay. And so, yeah, so that you can do it for somebody else. You can also do it for somebody around the other side of the world if they're feeling upset, because energy moves. And you know, they do say there's the butterfly effect, like a butterfly's wing flapping in California will affect the weather in China. So you know, everything is energy. So with our intention, we can send that love and that relaxation by tapping on ourselves or sending that to them. Yes, and as I said, so when they're younger, you to test how they are, because Mila started at a 9, need to test so that it is lower, because otherwise, you know, if you haven't asked them how big it is, you don't know if it's gone lower. And for young children, you can get them to show with their fingers, is it this big or is it this big, you know, with their arms right out. But of course, if they're, you know, above about 7 or 8, or, you know, especially 10, you can ask them to number it 0 to 10. Yeah, so, and to bring it back to, you know, when you're doing it for an adult, you do, even though I've got this problem, and sometimes you do that 3 times, I choose to love and accept myself. Well, that's a bit wordy for a child. You can just say, you know, I'm a good girl, you know, or a good boy. I'm safe. You know, mummy loves you. You know, whatever it is, because basically all we all really want is to feel safe and to feel loved, nourished, feel loved and safe. And so that's what tapping can bring, that relaxation and that realization that they're not alone, you know, and you're there looking after them, and they can relax. So that's
so true. So
yeah.
true. Thank you so much. It's all.
And for the older children, I've got a story, more for a girl, I suppose. It's called The Princess and the Hummingbird, which brings in a little bit more of the matrix re-imprinting. And I've got a shorter one called Joe and the River. So all the English stories are available on Kindle, but only really the Bluey I haven't talked about Bluey. Little Monkey and Bluey the Butterfly. There's 6 stories. So the first one you heard, and then I realized actually it was Carl Dawson. He suggested doing different stories, like a series for different issues. And so the second story is about Little Monkey and Bluey the Butterfly helping a little mermaid, and that's really about pain because of her mertail. But you'll find out about her mertail. And then the third story is Little Monkey in the Cave. So he's really feeling a bit left out now, and maybe a little bit bullied. And so he's in his cave, and Bluey helps him again. And then the fourth story is about how you can share this with other people, because Little Mermaid goes and teaches the tapping to her friend, the yellow seahorse. And they help some sea creatures, or one in particular, but I don't want to tell you the surprise. And the fourth story is quite a strong story, so it really should be told with the fifth story quite soon afterwards, because the fifth story is about loss, not loss of a book, but which is bad enough, but loss of somebody close. And but I think it's quite gently done so that the children won't get too scared. And that's called Little Monkey's Bad Dream. And then the sixth story is Little Monkey's Surprise. And it's got a sort of, I don't want to tell you the surprise at all. It's a longer, slightly longer story, but it brings them all together. And it's got a little bit of this heart to heart that Denny and Renara have brought in with the heart energy. So I'm very excited about the stories, and they've been translated into quite a few languages. The first or second story into Hebrew and Italian and French and Swedish and Croatian. Not Croatian, you're Croatia. Czech.
Okay.
So,
but tell them that they have a translation of this story in Croatian.
So if you would like to email me, which is on or will be on the chat, Martina has very kindly translated this story that I've read today into Croatian. And if you email me, I can send it to you. And it would be really lovely to, if you just want the PDF, you could send a donation if I give you my bank details, which would be really very, very lovely, but what you can afford. If you want the magical tapping stories, which are in audios with little sound effects, in English it's $9.99. I don't know what that is in. Do you have euros, or what's your currency?
We have kunas.
Okay.
We don't have euros.
I
think it's around. You said £9.
It's near £10, but it's on PayPal.
It's around 90 kunas, something like that, I think.
So, and on PayPal, I think it should just go straight ahead, but I won't be able to send it to you straight away. I get an email and then I send it to you.
Great, thank you. I'm so excited that we have your story in Croatian, and that I hope we will translate the other stories. It's so important that children have this kind of tool to help themselves, and also it's a great help for parents. We parents are struggling with ourselves and children also, so this is so important and beautiful.
Yeah, it's the most important job in the world, being a parent. Yes.
Of course.
Yeah, it's so underrated, really, when you think about it. I mean, I think parents who get paid,
Yes, I agree.
He's a parent. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. All moms should have a paycheck every month just because they're moms. Yeah, I agree. Thank you, Niccola, so much. This was beautiful, really, really beautiful. I hope to see you soon with some other story or some other theme. Yeah. Is there anything else you would like to add? Okay, people are thanking you. They said that you were great, and this was really, really great. Kids, how are you? Did you love the story? Yeah, thumbs up. Great. Today we decided to do this in English because we didn't want to interrupt the flow. So maybe one day we do something with translation. I think it's better when we have a flow. It's easier. And kids speak English today. I think that parents are problem. I think that most of the kids speak English, and most of parents maybe not. But
they're clever. The children are clever.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Niccola. Thank you for everything you are doing. Hope to see you soon. And thank everyone for being here with us to share your time. Thank you so much.
Great. Okay.
So now we all have a big Okay, you can turn your mics on and say hi to Niccola.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you
for coming. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. That was
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah. A big hug, a big butterfly hug, big butterfly hug.
Great.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, Niccola. Have a nice day.
Bye.
Yeah, you too.
Bye. 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 Bye.
Bye.